K-Rock Mid-Atlantic Rock Reviews, welcome back to Behind the Bands, and I'm here with Spread Eagle. Guys, thanks for joining us Behind the Bands.
Pleasure to be here, man.
And we're only missing one member here. We've got Rob, and we've got Ray.
I'm not missing a member.
We've got Zeke down here.
You're okay, right?
I miss 100%
I miss that. He's a good guy. It's pretty good.
So this is kind of an interesting story, I think, if I've got it right. We heard music from the first two albums, which go back a little bit. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And is that coming out being re-released, or has that already been re-released? And talk a little about that.
One of them was re-released in 2006 on November Records, and we've been in the process of releasing that since 2006. And the other one, hopefully in the future, but we're also looking at new music, so we're also considering it might be just better to put out a new record, you know, because people have heard those two records, and we're very creative, so we have a lot of ideas. So
I would like to see the second record get re-released because we get asked, you know, for it a lot.
Yeah.
So it'd be something to do. I guess maybe it's the economics, so we could find a way to do it. I'm sure we would. Other than that, we're writing new stuff, so we're trying to, you know, go forward.
there's definitely going to be a third album.
Is there? That's awesome. Dude, it's awesome. I'm excited now. I didn't know that.
It's official now.
Now, Uber Rock voted you guys, I saw, one of the top 20 glam metal bands, and I said tonight when I posted, we're either going to see a punk band or a glam metal band or a rock band, and you guys use that term New York street metal. What does that mean? It's like, it's unique to you.
I think it's more about just our attitude, you know. We don't really hold back anything. I think we represent, we're a pretty honest and humble, sincere group of guys. We like hard music, you know. There's no violins, there's no strings. It's just, you know, we sing about what we know.
And I think it's a combination of everything you said. I think it's what street metal is to us, or what rock and roll is to us, is equal parts punk, metal, glam, rock, all equally infused, and that's how we got our sound. So it's kind of strange, honestly, to be chosen as one of the top glam bands of all time, or glam albums of all time. But that's my take on it. But people see that element in there, and even though we never ever once thought of ourselves as at least me, I never thought of us as a glam band ever. So it was very surprising. I can see why people think that, because there's something to glam that is dirty and nasty and raw, and we completely are that. We're that. It will be that, you know. So it's an honor.
In there, I guess.
Yes, it's the, you know, whatever you want to call it. So it's an honor to be chosen by the readers of Uber Rock, you know. So it's British too, which is cool. We haven't gotten over there yet, and you know, England is such a cool country. So
I was going to ask you that question, because your music seems to me like it would just catch on over there real quick from what we're hearing about the scene over there in Europe right now.
We hear that we're
back in the day. We just missed a lot. We missed a lot of opportunity to go over to Europe. You know, MCA wasn't the best, hardest working label for us. They just didn't put us out there enough and pay for us to go over. You know, so we're hoping to get over them. I'm sure we will. I'm going to say we will go over there.
We will.
was watching the music video to Switchblade Serenade today, which you guys was, by the way, my favorite song you played live tonight. I thought that you guys killed that song. Now, when was that video produced? How old is that video that's floating around YouTube out there?
Do you want to say it?
We made it like 5 years ago.
Better late than never.
Better late than never. Hi, how are you? This is Rick, everybody. Hi, Rick. Everybody. Oh, thanks.
Thanks for joining us.
We made it like Martin.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course. The year of the release.
So about like early 90s.
Yeah, like 91.
Yeah, and the reason I asked that question because there weren't a lot of, you guys produced that video, right? And there weren't a lot of like
that's thank you. That's the rumor.
Oh, okay.
We produced the first video, Scratch Like a Cat. MCA produced the second video because the story is we finished our record and we delivered it, and we were so gung-ho and so hungry, it was crazy. So we're like, what do we do now? And they said, well, we got a release date, we're going to wait like 3 months. And we're like, wait 3 months? We're like chomping at the bit, you know? We worked for years for this, we finally got our break. So they said, yeah, this is your release date. So we said, well, screw that. So we made our own video because one of our managers, Scott Calvert, was a director, an MTV.
Yeah, it was a lot of in-house stuff.
MTV award, like he had the video of the year with Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. So he was a
similar music.
Yeah, just kidding. He was a very successful director, and so we said, screw it, we'll make our own video. So we made our own video, and we still, at that point now, we still had 2 months before our album was released. And we're like, what do we do now? They're like, you wait 2 months. We're like, screw that. So we released it to MTV. We got on Headbangers Ball right away. They're playing us every week. We went out on tour with Bane. Our record wasn't even out. We were out supporting Bane, you know. And
it all happened pretty fast. You hear that a lot, but it's true. You know, we got signed out of our rehearsal studio. Next thing we were in the record plant, and then they had us on a bus.
Now, you're a band from New York, and we talked a little bit about glam, sleaze rock, whatever you want to call it. What is that scene like in New York now? Do the people look like me? Are the old men like me? Are there teenagers listen to it? Who's into that style of music now, and who's your audience?
Wow, it's these guys. What do you think? This is our audience right here.
This is our audience. I'm the audience.
It's a mixture. I think it's a mixture.
You know, guys like you. Kids like us.
Yeah. There's a lot of 22, 23-year-olds that dress, you know, like the way we dressed when our first albums came out. I'd be lying if I said the scene is as healthy as it was back then, because it's not in New York City.
Some people look like they stepped out of a video or something.
But we're bringing it back. You know, we got a show there this Thursday, Valentine's Day. We got a big show, and there's going to be a lot of people there. So we're bringing it back, you know. And there's other bands bringing it back too.
Are there pockets of the country where it is stronger than New York that you find?
Well, LA has always been the epicenter of it. Let's not, you know, let's not, you know, mince words.
Anywhere where there's good metal radio, you know.
Radio's still the key. It's not all.
Yeah. I mean, New York is such a gumbo. There's such a mix of everything. You know, it's not like a rock and roll town or a glam town. It's just it's a mixed bag, you know.
Now, you're the newest member down there, and perhaps the quietest member. What's it been? How long have you been with the band? And what's the experience been like for you?
I've been playing with the band since I think August. I played with Rick before in a band called 5 Points, and he remembered me out of the blue, and he gave me a call and asked me if I wanted to audition to the band. And I just remember he sent me a track through the internet, and I listened to it and I said yes. Where, when, how? And I came, and I remember really clearly one thing that happened. We were doing a sound check in the rehearsal, and it just felt just good right away. We're just jamming out things, and I remember the look I got from Ray was like, okay, let's play our songs now, and you know, we did it, and it's great. Really, really cool guys, super serious about everything, real musicians. I sit and hear stories from back in the day when they released their album, and it's just like amazing to me. Like I just, you know,
he's impressed we're still alive.
I'm very impressed we're still alive, and still, you know, and awesome. You know, we have a lot of good times. meet you.
I love you, man.
And yeah, we're glad to have them. That's interesting how we get this sound from like all these different influences. That's the thing. We didn't just listen to Hanoi Rocks. We listened to, like, I'm a huge Motown fan, and so is Ray. Like, huge. I don't know how that adds to street metal, but somehow it does. It creeps into the groove somehow.
And I think the older the Spread Eagle stuff, it has that, you know, swagger to it. So I think subconsciously that comes out. You know, the stuff that you listen to, not without realizing it, that it just comes out of you. You know, all different styles. And I think that's what's so unique about us four right now is everybody has their own thing that they really like to listen to, their passion, and somehow it just comes out when we create music. It still has that rawness to it, but that street swagger. It's like Motown is extremely swagger, you know. That's really,
and then there's the extremes, because I'm so into punk, you know, but I'm so into groove Motown, and, you know, so it's like, and I like ambient rock, you know. Like there's this band in New York City, band called Her Vanished Grace, which are, you know, not huge or anything, but they're really good, you know. We're all into so much stuff.
I like the drummers in the subways.
There's some great drummers. There really is.
That's
why I have to practice so much.
Are you busking?
Anybody?
No, I don't bus, but I know a few people that do. I'm sure it's a good
That's a
living.
rough gig, man. And I have a lot of respect for those guys that do it, and they do make a living out of it. But the hours are tremendous, and those
That's
guys,
all about
they work.
location, too. You gotta like prime location.
Battle of the buskers for the location.
Not a lot of metal down there, though, is there?
No, I think
It's just like my brief experience. I've been
Didn't make
to a
money.
lot of a metal crowd down there. So you guys have a lot going on, it looks like, and I got to cheat with my notes there. But you're coming back here on April 22nd, I think it is. Is that with Lizzie Borden? Is that correct?
Yep.
Which that should be a really cool show. I haven't seen Lizzie Borden in forever.
It's a super
Modern
show.
Superstar.
Your Modern Superstar and Red Lamb, which is what's his name from Anthrax, Dan Spitz's band, and then there's another Icarus Witch, who I don't know, but I've seen their name, like I think on Blabbermouth or something. So, you know, it's gonna be a big bill.
And then the night before, for our viewers up in Delaware, one of our favorite places, JB McGinnis, you guys are going to be up there, it looks like, too, in Newcastle, Delaware. I think I saw possibly the night before. So.
Spread Eagle has never played in Delaware.
Well, I want to thank Spread Eagle for taking the time to be with us here on Behind the Bands. Where's the best place to check out your music? Is it iTunes? Is it a website? Where's the best place for folks to find you?
The Spread Eagle stuff, Rick,
SpreadEagleMusic.com
and Reverb Nation.
Reverb Nation. We have Facebook page. We have all that. YouTube.
So all the social media sites, we'll put a link or two up for you.
Just
there.
Google Spread Eagle Music and you'll find us.
We want to thank you guys for being here. And how many years is it? How many years for you guys? 20?
About 5.
Next year's our 25th anniversary. February 1st.
So they're old enough to drink now. They've got their 25th
They're gonna be 25
under their belt.
Maybe boxer.
Thank you guys for being
Thank you
on
for
Behind the
having
Bands.
us.
Thank you so much.
Nice to be back. Hi, Mom.